Listen, I've once been at a Pirate game where my uncle's friend told the Pirate Parrot not to knock over his beer. Don't come over this way.
Oh,
He
really?
did not listen, and that led to a fist fight between my uncle's friend and the Pirate Parrot.
That's
at
crazy.
Three River Stadium.
Gotta love the Pirate Parrots fighting fans.
Well, I mean, I think back in those days, 70s, 80s, 90s, I think that was some of the least of their worries about the Pirate Parrot.
The Donut Bag is brought to you by Foco.com. The holiday season is here, and Foco has all kinds of unique Pittsburgh Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins items. The perfect gift for all sports fans. Order today at Foco.com for guaranteed shipping before Christmas. Be the MVP of gift giving this holiday season. And for a limited time, if you buy one bobblehead, you get the second one 25% off. That's www.foco.com, Foco.com. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Donut Bag, part of the Pulse Podcast Network and the Pod Hub Network. In this episode, I talked to Coach Warzu and Mark Hagelauer about all kinds of things. Spying football teams, pregnant fans, fighting mascots, the future, all kinds of stuff. And we preview Week 16 in the NFL. As always, please follow or subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. And don't forget, we're now available on iHeartRadio. Oh, that was pretty good. So follow us there. The Donut Bag starts right now.
All right, now for our weekly discussion and preview of the weekend's NFL action. I have regulars, Mark, and Coach. Guys, how you doing?
I'll tell you, Joe, you're all these technical difficulties, they have you flustered right out the gate right now.
I'm basically Tom Brady in Heinz Field right now. That's the level of fluster that I am.
Well played.
Coach, when did you stop celebrating?
Did he stop celebrating yet?
Listen, it was not a responsible time. Let's just say that. Let's say somewhere around Todd Haley's departure of Tequila Cowboy.
I was just going to ask if you. I literally was going to bring that up and ask if you saw
around Body Slam PM. right when you're in such bad shape that you could be body slammed by a bouncer or anybody at any time. For some reason, I just like the Steelers in this spot.
I do too. Without being homerish, I'm kind of glad New Orleans pulled out that game against Carolina because they played a tough division game. They barely won it. They got out of there. They don't really need – I mean, they're playing for the first seed, but the Steelers need this more than they need theirs because they can win one of the last two and still get that number one spot. So,
now, are you guys buying the hype that they're going to come back to the Dome and score 1 million points because they're so mad that they only scored 12 and Breeze hasn't been putting up the numbers?
They've averaged 8,396 points in at home this year. I think that's the exact number. So yeah, they're going to score 1 million points because they're at home, and they get extra powers. It's the I don't know if it's voodoo dolls or it's all the gumbo or something, but they get extra powers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if what is it? I think the last 4 games, Breeze hasn't thrown for over 203 yards or something like that in each game. I don't know if maybe it's just. I mean, he's pretty old, so I'm not saying his arm's falling off or anything like that. But you wonder if he's a little got those bumps and bruises affect you a lot more when you're closer to 40 than when you're like 25 or 30.
I mean, maybe they needed Des Bryant more than we thought. Like, they really don't have any other weapons, any other pass catchers outside of Michael Thomas. I think that's one of the big. I mean, I'm not sold on Traquan Smith. I mean, guys like that. I think maybe the departure of a guy like Willie Snead is
that affected them a little.
What he thought, yeah.
That's the thing, and that's what they're saying. And you're right; they desperately needed Dez Bryant because they literally have no other number 2 receiver. Steelers are complaining because they don't have a number 3 receiver. Well, the Saints don't have a number 2. So, I mean, if you basically stop Michael Thomas, who is awesome, like they don't have much else. I mean, Kamara is a good pass catcher, but yeah, they're lacking a little bit.
Throw Hayden on Thomas
off the field too, like with them gashing you with the run because they really been running the football.
A lot right to have the best record in the league, and their defense is supposedly awesome. So,
I was just gonna say their defense has been good statistically. I'm not so sure they're a dominant Bears type of defense, although they do have they're leading the league and everything, but I still think the Steelers should be able to put up points on them.
They say they have a high number of sacks, and the run defense is pretty good, but the secondary is not that great. So it kind of sounds like the Steelers.
And here's another thing with the run defense having great statistics. When you start off the first half of the season up like 30-0 in every game, you really can't run the ball against someone. So that's a big factor as well. But not that they're bad against it, but those are all contributing factors. But I still think give the Steelers a good chance of getting around their 27 to 30 points, as long as they don't, stall themselves.
I do feel like Brady right now. I feel like Brady in Heinz Field. It's too loud.
It's too loud distractions.
Did you know that the number one reason why the Steelers beat the Patriots was Mark? You were at the game, right, Mark?
Oh yeah, I was at the game.
Were you cheering?
Oh yes, well I lost my voice.
See, that's
like yelling.
It was you.
Did you feel threatened at any time? Threatened for your safety?
No.
He's not a pregnant woman. He's fine.
Yeah, our section, I've never seen any choking of pregnant women or headbutting going on, so we're pretty safe over there.
Listen, I told you it happens sometimes.
Sometimes it happens. I mean,
emotion,
what are you going to do?
The best of you, choking a pregnant woman.
You trip and fall, next thing you know, your hands are around a pregnant woman's throat. I mean, come on.
Was that the excuse he used? He was trying to avoid knocking over somebody's beer, tripped and fell, and next thing you know, boom, choking a pregnant woman. Listen, I've once been at a Pirate game where my uncle's friend told the Pirate Parrot not to knock over his beer. Don't come over this way.
Oh, really?
Not listen, and that led to a fist fight between my uncle's friend and the Pirate Parrot.
That's crazy.
Three River Stadium.
Gotta love the Pirate Parrots, fighting fans.
Well, I mean, I think back in those days, 70s, 80s, 90s, I think that was some of the least of their worries about the Pirate Parrot.
That's true. That's true. They had their own stuff going on.
And we're back.
Okay. To do that SNL skit or whatever.
And we're back.
That commercial break was brought to you by Bob's Sub and Delicious Donuts.
Yeah.
Bob's Subs is very tasty.
I've had
I'm a fan.
Yeah. They need to be an actual sponsor. I would sponsor the hell out of them.
I know, you can get your donuts in there and then you get the subs too, so.
Let's look at the standings for our Pigskin Pick'em. Okay, so I have a 2-game lead on Mark.
You gained some. I had a crap week before my worst week.
Oh my god, that week was terrible.
It was bad overall, and I think I pulled the coach's no and picked the Lions to win. So
there you go.
That's one of them right there.
The Lions will get you every time.
Dead to me.
They're dead to me.
Yeah.
Now they are to me as well.
So this is a weird week because there's no Thursday game, but there's Saturday games. I love this part of the year when there's Saturday NFL football games because there's no college football going on. It's a beautiful thing. It just reminds me of when I was a kid.
Listen, we got Josh Johnson versus Marcus Mariota on Saturday. I mean, nothing says nothing sounds more Thursday night than that.
Seriously.
I prefer that. I wish they do that all year. I know they don't because of college football, but instead of the Thursday night games, I wish they had.
Oh, totally.
Saturday ones instead. Then at least there's a different kind of marquee there going on.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so Redskins at Titans. The Redskins are 7-7.
How are they still? Yeah.
How on earth is that possible? The Titans are 8-6. This is just the parody bowl. It's like the NFL wants every team to be 8-8, but really it would really help the Steelers if the Titans lost, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm picking the Titans.
Yeah, I'm going Tennessee. The Redskins are a mess.
Yeah, Tennessee at home. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess anything can happen. Tennessee's kind of hit or miss too. They've been wildly inconsistent this year, but yeah, I think they'll win this week.
Okay, now for the good Saturday game, Baltimore at Chargers. Holy cow, man! This is huge. This could possibly determine whether the Steelers make the playoffs or not. I'm picking the Chargers, but I don't know. It would not surprise me at all if the Ravens won. I mean, they went to Kansas City and almost beat them. And the Chargers really don't have a home field advantage. I don't think anybody actually shows up. So, I don't know. I'm picking the Chargers, but I'm really scared in this one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, I know they're playing in the, it probably feels like a AA whippeal atmosphere there at Los Angeles.
More people show up for a Lebo's Upper St. Clair game.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like Phillip Rivers at home. They get Melvin Gordon back. I don't know if Keenan Allen's playing, but
I think he is.
I still like the Chargers.
Yeah, San Diego at home. That's a tough trek out there. And Ravens have a good defense, but they're gonna have to pass the ball a little more than 12 yards down the field.
Not to be that guy, but they're not the San Diego Chargers.
Well, they'll always be San Diego.
I know.
It's like calling Star Lake the Coca-Cola Amphitheater.
Right.
It's called now. That's probably even outdated. But,
I still call it Star Lake.
It is now called the Bob Sub Delicious Donuts Amphitheater.
There we go.
Plug.
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
They get a lot of plugs.
Yeah, but I mean, they might be able to hold the game kind of close, but I would be surprised if the Ravens won just because it's a far west trip, and I think they are going to have to throw the ball a little bit to outscore.
Here's another thing.
LA.
They've been playing Baltimore's been playing really well lately. I mean, even when they lost to the Chiefs, they almost won. So it's like at some point you gotta
have an off.
Can't be good forever.
Yeah, in Kansas City, I mean, they're kind of reeling anyway at this point. So
yeah,
it's still impressive. Don't get me wrong, but but KC almost gave. I mean, they were doing everything they could to not win that game. It seemed like to me.
Oh yeah. Falcons at Panthers. I understand they shut Cam Newton down, so that's why I'm going with the Falcons.
The Falcons are dead to me. I don't care who the quarterback is. I'm going Carolina.
That's like throws it. That's it. He's sticking those guns.
Yeah.
Lions and Falcons. Not the rest of the year. No picks, but yeah, I'm gonna go Atlanta for this one.
No analysis needed. Move on.
Bills at Patriots, another one, no analysis needed. Boy, are they going to be angry.
Oh, I'd love it if they still ended up having some problems.
Oh my God.
Even if they squeak out a close one, that would just make me so happy.
That would be hilarious. But apparently New England is good at home and they're terrible on the road. Gee, I wonder why they're so good at home. What kind of home field advantage would they get at home?
Wonder what kind of home security surveillance things they have in the locker room.
There's probably like poison gas they pour into the visitors' locker room or something.
I don't think I told you this. This is a little side story, but for a while, for a couple games a few years ago, I did a security. The guys with the yellow jackets at Heinz Field for games.
Okay.
And I was by the officials, the referees room. I was just watching people's credentials and stuff